Okay, boys and girls, time for our ELA block. Okay, so today we are going to review those IR, ER, UR words again. I know yesterday we did the game, but I kind of hate to start something new since we're about to go to spring break, and we'll probably do a poll to see if parents want me to continue posting during spring break or not. But I know we have spring break coming up starting on Friday, so I kind of hate to jump into anything new. So we're going to kind of finish off this week with a few other things, a few little fill in the gap holes. But here is an IR, ER, UR worksheet. Remember, it's our sentences to fill in. What sound do they make? Very good. Okay, so this one is on the ER. Let's see if we can get, I can do it backwards. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. Miss Bowden's having trouble. Let's see. Okay, that one's on the ER. And then this one is on the UR. And then, of course, since we have ER, UR, what else makes the sound? The IR. Very good. Okay, so you've got those three worksheets to review the sounds, and you also have the board games from yesterday that you can always continue to play. That's always a great fun review, or practice, give yourself a spelling test. There's so many different things that you can do for the sounds. We're also going to do a little writing today. Since everybody has been texting Miss Bowden in our class text group about their bean plants, growing different bean pods on there, I decided let's write about your day in your garden. It makes my heart so happy that you guys still have these plants and that they're growing, because in the past years I've never heard back from parents about the plants or how well they've grown. And I love seeing that your plants are producing right now and they're growing. That means that you guys are amazing gardeners and you're so full of love because you're caring for them. So here's our little worksheet. We have a little brainstorming page and we have the actual writing page. So you can use whichever one you want. But tell me about your day in the garden. Tell me about some things that you might do in your garden. Tell me some things that you would see in your garden. Maybe you would taste some things in your garden. You can use that sequencing word, first, next, then, and last, to tell me. Or you can use your sensory words to say what you would see, some things you would hear, some things that you would touch in your garden. So make this writing the best writing ever. I would love for you, remember, start it out with an intro sentence. My day in the garden is wonderful. Or my day in the garden is full of adventure. Or you can even say, I love to garden, and this is what my day in my garden would be like. And then start your story. You can use those sequence words. First you would do this, next you would do this. Or you can say, in my garden, I see beautiful green leaves popping out of the ground. I feel the soft furriness of the bean pods growing on the bean plant. I smell fresh floral scents of flowers coming off of the rose bed. I taste the sweet, juicy strawberries as I pick them off the vine. I hear the birds chirping all around me as the wind rustles past my hair. Those are great descriptive examples using your 5 sentences. So that would give you your opening sentences 1. Your 5 sentences would be 5 separate sentences. What you see, feel, hear, touch, and taste. So that would be 5 separate sentences about that. And then close it with your ending sentence. My day in the garden makes me so happy. Or I love being in my garden every day. That is a beautiful, detailed story right there. I would love for you to write using your 5 senses. So that makes a total of 7 sentences you guys would write about. But it's so easy because most of you have your little gardens out there. It can be a vegetable garden. It can be a flower garden, a plant garden. So many types of gardens you guys can have. But I would love for you to write and then maybe read to me, videotape yourself and read it to me about what you wrote, or take a picture of your writing and send it to me. I would love to see it. Remember, every sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a stop sign. Very good. Okay, I can't wait to hear about all these details. The next thing we're going to go and review is our language skill of synonyms and antonyms. Okay, remember, synonyms and antonyms are 2 words, or they can be more than 2 words, but synonyms are going to be those words that mean what? The same thing. Synonym, same. Very good. And we gave some examples yesterday of them. Tiny and little, cold and chilly, giggle and laugh. And remember, Miss Bowden said you can take these words and you can make a sentence and substitute out one of the words for the other word, and the sentence would still make sense. For example, tiny and little. That girl is so tiny. That girl is so little. They mean the same thing. The night was cold. The night was chilly. I'm getting the same meaning across. Okay, last one. I love to giggle. I love to laugh. They mean the same thing. You can get the same idea out of those words. But if they weren't the same, they would be the opposite and would have a different meaning. And we call opposite words antonyms. So we gave examples yesterday of opposite words that don't mean the same. Hot and cold, tall and short, sad and happy. So if I were to take those sentences and I were to switch out those words, I wouldn't get the same meaning as synonyms. It is really hot today. It is really cold today. Doesn't get the same meaning at all because it's 2 different feelings. The giraffe is really tall. The giraffe is really short. Paints 2 different pictures in my head. Opposite meanings. Can't use them. Doesn't mean the same thing. Miss Bowden's very sad today. Miss Bowden's very happy today. 2 totally different meanings. So I can't use them if I want to replace the word to have the same meaning. That's why they're called antonyms. They're opposite. So I'm going to give you your page with your meaning of antonym and synonym to help you remember the meanings of those words. And then remember, I'm going to give you your ants that have 2 different words on them. They have 2 different sets of words on them. And you have to determine evil and bad. Are those 2 words synonyms? Do they mean the same thing? Or are they antonyms? Do they mean opposite? Good and bad. Are they synonyms? Do they mean the same? Or are they opposite? Do they mean different things? So you can sort them out by synonyms or antonyms, or you can write sentences with these words to show how they mean the same thing or how they're opposite. So there's our synonym and antonym practice today. Okay, and our last thing that we're going to do is Miss Bowden's going to give you 2 different comprehension pages. And these are on something called making inferences. Big word there. Inferences. What does that mean, Miss Bowden? Well, when you inference something, or when you're inferencing, you're taking all the knowledge that you know and the knowledge that you read about, and you're coming up with an answer. You're coming up with a conclusion based off of what you know and what you read about. So it's kind of like a puzzle. You're kind of putting together pieces to come up with an answer. So the inferencing can be really fun. So you guys, I'm going to give you 2 inferencing passages. So think about what you know and use your own personal experiences. And think about the clues that it says in these stories to help you answer these reading questions. Now, when you answer these questions, I would love for you to write your answers in a complete sentence. Okay, so here are your two stories. A fun night, a fun trip, and here are your questions. So what I would love you to do is read the story and use what you know in your head, the picture, the clues in here to answer. So we can do one as an example. Let's use a fun night as an example. Rick can't wait for tonight. He is dressed in his favorite costume. He is dressed as a lion. Rick has his bag ready for his candy. What do you think Rick is going to do? Well, let me see. It says he's dressed in a costume as a lion, and here's our picture. Where do I go dressed as a lion? I can be playing dress up at my house, but let's see. It also says he's got his bag ready for candy. Well, where do you get dressed up and get a bag ready to get candy? That's right, at Halloween time when you go trick-or-treating. So what do you think Rick is going to do? Rick is going to go trick-or-treating. See how easy it is? It's like a puzzle. You're using what you know from the story and your own experiences and what you know in your head to help you figure out what he's going to do. All right, why do you think that? Here's our reasoning behind it. And it says in our story, Rick dressed in his costume and had a bag ready for candy. Right there. Why do you think that? When you go trick-or-treating, you dress in your costume and you get your bag ready for candy. So you're using your explanation of why you're thinking that based off of your head, what you know in your head, and what you read in that story. So, pretty cool, this make an inferences puzzle thing. So I'd like for you to try that one again on your own, maybe later on or after the video as practice, or do that one with Miss Bowden as we did it and just hit the pause button, and then try the fun trip one on your own. See if you can put together that puzzle. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it today. I loved making that video today of you guys. I loved going through my phone and seeing the pictures of you, and then the videos just made me laugh of all those silly dancing. I loved it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the moon last night. I hope you enjoyed doing your work today. And I will see you guys tomorrow on our Zoom conference at noon for our science lesson. Okay, see you guys later. Miss you. Bye.